Happy Innovators. How you doing today? Oh man, do I have a topic to talk about today. And, I can't even believe I'm saying it. Can't even believe I'm thinking it. I think it's possible that I have finally gone round the bend. I think. Because I have been asking myself a question that I never thought I would ask. What is that question? Well, brace yourself, okay? I can't even believe I'm saying it. I can't even believe it. Okay. Is the Earth flat? There it is. Is the Earth flat or is the Earth round? I can't even believe that I'm asking myself that question seriously. Okay? I mean, I can't believe it. What? What? Is the Earth flat? What? Get out of here. You know, what? That's ridiculous. That's absolutely stupid. Okay? Is the Earth flat? Well, I have to admit that I have been presented with evidence over the past 5 months or so, okay, that has got me seriously asking myself that question. Is the Earth actually flat? Is the Earth actually flat? I am actually pondering that. Seriously. I can't... What? What? I mean, can the Earth actually be flat? Now, I will admit, okay, I love conspiracies. Okay, they're brain candy. They're fun. You know? They're entertaining, and you know, they stimulate the intellect and the mind and the imagination, and you know, that's fun. You know, that's a good thing. It's exciting. It's but this flat Earth thing, I just, you know what? I can't shake it. I can't shake it. I have tried, you know, and it's like when I first heard the question, you know, I just rolled my eyes, you know, like, please, you know, this is so stupid. Like, we live in such a stupid time, you know, like, shut up. Is the Earth flat? You know? Oh man. Whoa. You know? Of course it seems that way on the surface, but man, if you dig just a little bit and you start to collect information about that question, oh man, you have to seriously stop and think about it. Because folks, let me tell you something. And again, can't believe I'm saying it. I think it might actually be possible that the Earth, that the Earth is actually flat. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Whoa. You know, I have to pause for a moment and just consider how outrageous that is. I mean, what it means. I mean, let's stop for a moment, okay? Little thought experiment here, because I like those. I hope you do too. What does that mean to the world? I mean, think about it. Ask that question. What does it mean to the world if the world is not round? It's not spherical. It's actually flat. What would that mean to science? Oh my gosh, it takes everything and flips it upside down. I mean, we are talking about a concept, okay, that can really technically neither be proven really nor disproven, okay, that potentially would change almost everything that we know to be true. I mean, rock bottom, for certain, science would be done. It would be done if the Earth was actually flat. You know, so I guess there's a reason for opposition, right? Because, I mean, we're talking about legions of industries that would be gone, you know, just nullified, and their credibility would be gone. Wow, so unbelievable and so outrageous that I am seriously navigating this question in my mind. If you would have told me 10 years ago that I would be considering the notion that the Earth may be flat rather than round, I would have told you that you're crazy. I would have said, what? Get out of here. Leave me alone. Get out of here. It's ridiculous. Oh man, not so ridiculous. Not so ridiculous. Okay, now, I will admit also that my resources for information are rather limited. You know, a guy like me, let's face it, I'm not going to be able to, go on the internet and, find the truth, okay? That's just as ridiculous, okay? But there's this one guy, his name is Rob Skiba, okay? And he has a YouTube channel, and he's an author, he's a published author, and he's, somebody that I've followed for quite some time now, even before he was a flat earther. I can't even believe I'm saying this. But he has now kind of taken the helm, in a lot of ways, of this flat earth conspiracy. All right? And he's not an unintelligent guy. He's very well spoken. His content is produced very well. And, he's a scientific mind. I genuinely believe that he is trying to find the answers. He's not a shill. Well, at least, okay, he might be a shill, but I don't know. That'll be revealed in time, I'm sure, just like everyone else who's been a shill on the internet, these conspiracy shills, You just wait a little bit of time and they'll show their true colors. And they rise and fall, So he may be one of them. I don't know. But he's still interesting. Okay, he's still an interesting character. And like I said, he's articulate and he's not stupid. Okay? I don't agree with Rob Skiba's position 100%. But it's possible for someone to be right about some things and wrong about others. So I genuinely think there may be some value and validity to his claims and his quote-unquote research, which to me is almost laughable in a sense, because when someone says to me they do research on the internet, for the truth or something, I just laugh. Like, you are only going to find what is put there. You know? Very seldom will you ever really be able to get to the bottom of something as widespread and deep as, you know, whether there's a conspiracy to portray the earth as round as opposed to flat, or whether we live in a heliocentric universe or a geocentric universe. It really can't be proven, okay? And I don't care what anyone says. It just is, like I said a few episodes back, what do you believe, okay? Now, when someone asks themselves the question, seriously, is the earth actually flat? Okay. It inevitably leads to more questions, okay? And one of the questions that I have, okay, is why would they lie? Okay? And I'm certainly not the only person who's asked that question. But that's a great question, isn't it? What would be the purpose? What purpose would it serve to lie about the shape of the earth? And I have thought about this question almost as much as I thought about the initial question, you know, whether the earth is flat or not. What would be the purpose of lying about it? And I suppose in my imagination, I can come up with a few answers to that, you know, not fact-based or, you know, based on any kind of documents or proof or anything, but yeah, I can use my imagination and come up with a couple answers, like, for instance, maybe it's a national security thing, you know, like I've mentioned before about the Cold War, you know, it was political and all those things. I mean, yeah, that's a legitimate reason to lie, you know, to protect our country. That's a feasible answer, okay? Another one would be maybe to bolster the validity of science. That here in the Bible it says that the earth is flat. Oh, pshaw, you know, that's nonsense because we know that the earth is round. But, okay, I think therein lies the answer. Not so much the way I just stated it, but maybe like this, okay? Since time immemorial, there has been a war, okay? Let's call it a war. It is a war of ideologies, okay? Since the beginning of time, since the beginning of the beginning, okay? There has been a war of ideology. There are two paths you can take, okay? Good and evil. That's where it starts. And then from there it branches out, believe me, into millions of tributaries. And some of them may even cross over and intersect into each other. So it's vast and it's huge. But go back to the very, very, very beginning, okay? And there are basically two paths that you can take. That's what I believe, okay? And what you have over the course of the past, you know, however many thousands of years, okay? And, you know, that number is up for debate because, you know, science says that the Earth is like, you know, 200 million years old or 500 million years old or 3 billion years old. But nobody has any real proof of that, okay? That's just numbers they throw out there. There's no way to truly prove that the Earth is that old. There's no way. I don't care what book says it. I don't care what guy says it. I don't care, you know, what information you can research online. You know, it's bullshit. Nobody knows. Nobody can really know, or nobody can really prove it. okay? It can't be proven. Just because it's written in a book somewhere doesn't mean it's true. Okay, and just because you find it on the just because you find it on the internet does not mean that it's true. So you have these two ideologies that are just, day in and day out since the very beginning have been fighting with each other, And there was a point in time, okay, when the majority of the people on the planet in ancient times or something, believed that the earth was flat. Maybe some believed it was round, okay? But the majority of people believed that it was flat. It was the understanding, at least as far as I can see and as far as I can gather, okay? And that idea was promulgated by the Bible, okay? Now, you don't need me to tell you. Okay. There are some people who don't believe the Bible. They don't. And that's fine if they don't believe the Bible. Okay? But somewhere along the way, it shook down like this. The Bible and Christianity, namely the church, really, the Catholic Church, made the claim, okay, that the earth was flat. And of course, their enemy is going to claim the opposite. Now the problem, as far as I can see, is that they didn't really have an apparatus yet to challenge the church and the Bible on that level until the old world scientists like Copernicus and Galileo came along and, were able to study and challenge the Bible, okay? And we all know the stories about, Inquisition and the war as it played out back in the day. But ultimately, what wound up happening was, for a long, long time, science was winning. And so much so that even Bible-believing Christians believed the world was round. And why did we believe the world was round? Well, because, some scientists said so. They did some tests, okay? And they said, oh, here's the result of this test, and it proves that the earth is round. And, a couple people died, were tortured to death because they refused, to call the earth flat or something, or, whatever, however it shook down back then. But who would have ever imagined, okay? Who would have ever imagined that there would come a time in human history where the beliefs professed by science would be challenged by science? And ultimately, it's possible, because the questions are being asked, it is possible that in truth, which is what we all seek, right? It is possible that all along the Bible was right about the earth and proclaiming the earth as flat. Who would have ever imagined all these hundreds of years later, after that was proclaimed as truth, that the earth was round, that we are living through a time where all of that is being challenged. It's being successfully challenged by science. Science is proving science wrong. It could be. I won't go so far as to state it as absolute truth, because how do I know? I don't know. And you don't know either. But it's possible. It is possible If you look at the facts, if you look at the information that is available, it is possible that the Earth is actually flat. And my happy innovators, I promise you, there is no one on this planet who is more shocked that they are saying that or asking that question than I am. Okay? Can't believe I'm asking it. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. But it is possible that however many hundreds or thousands of years, whatever it is, that we've believed that the Earth was round, it may actually be flat. And back to that question, what would be the reason of lying? Well, doesn't it make sense that if there's these two opposing ideologies, obviously, one of them is going to contradict the other. That's how it works. That's how it's always been and how it will always be until the stars fall out of the sky. It's just that way. So ultimately, the question is, why would you fake the shape of the Earth? Why would that be lied about? Maybe it was misunderstood. Maybe the data was incorrect. But I would guess it's as simple as this. It's an affront to Almighty God. Yep, it's an affront to the Creator. That's enough reason, because that is what that war of ideology is about. Yeah, and I understand the nature of that war. And that reason, just that reason, to insult and to take glory away from God is reason enough to lie or misrepresent the information. And you can roll your eyes at me all you want. I don't care. I could be wrong. Could be way off base. But I don't know. I don't know. Certainly we don't want to get into the semantics of religion and spirituality and all that stuff. I suppose at some point I'm going to probably have to. But I don't like that. I don't like when people do that. So I'm going to try to avoid it as long as I can. But I will say the truth that I believe. And the truth that I believe is the Bible. I do believe it's true. I don't believe it's a book of fables or fairy tales. I don't believe that. What's most shocking about the Bible is that it might actually be true. Whoa. Whoa. If science proved the Bible true. Can that happen? Can that happen? I don't know. I'll let you answer that question, but that's where I'm going to leave it for now. So for now, this is Mike Bostwick from Pipe Choir Records signing off. And remember, folks, if you want to keep what you've got to give it away. Take it easy.